What the fuck was that noise?
What the f? Oh! Shit. I thought my arm was getting hot. My arm was getting hot, and I was like, oh, that's odd. I'm blowing this to the sky.
Goodbye, little buddy.
All right, baby, we are back on the 1957 Chevy that I yanked the LS out of. I posted my video, I said LS swaps suck. We're putting an old school 327 hot rod engine in it, and a lot of people said, you're an idiot, why would you ever pull the LS out? I think some people didn't realize I was the one that put the LS in. I just never had it running right. It had all kinds of issues. I'm sure smarter people could have figured out the problem. I was dealing with the problem for entirely too long, so we are doing this. Also, to be completely honest with you, it feels better to me to have a badass built 327 in my Hot Rod 57 Chevy. This is my favorite car ever. My first car was a 57 Chevy, and I never even thought I would have a two-door hardtop this cool, and it has sat for 6 months. We're changing that now. I want to be driving this thing a lot this summer. So, in the last video, we got the LS pulled out. We got the 327 in, but we just got it in there temporarily. I needed to find out where my mounts were gonna go so I can get them prepped, ready for welding, or if I decide to bolt them in, I just need to get them figured out. We do have to pull this back out because not only do we need to prep all the mounts, we didn't have the right torque converter. I had to get a torque converter with a pretty high stall on it because this has a giant cam in it. That finally showed up. Also, I got my new intake. I don't have my new carburetor yet, but we do have a nice rebuilt one that'll work. And the problem with this intake is one of the studs are broke off on it. So we need to fix that, get all this prepped. I have an oil change kit for the motor. I also have a new filter and everything for the transmission. That transmission has sat for 10 years in my shed. The motor had sat for 10 or 15 years since me and Dad built it, but it had a nice engine stand. Dad would turn it over every now and then to make sure everything was still okay. The transmission, however, has been sitting in a shed, and I don't know the whole story on it, so I want to go ahead, change the filter out, open the pan up, see what's going on in there. So we have a lot of stuff that we need to get done, and that motor needs to come back out, so let's pull the bit. Great news. Got the pan off there. I thought it was covered in metal chunks, and I started freaking out, but it wasn't. There was just a little bit of water mixed with the oil, so it kind of looked shitty, looked chunky, but there was no metal. I didn't feel anything, so that's nice. Got it all cleaned up. I'm going to pop the filter off now, get that all done, get this put back on there. I'll probably go ahead and do the oil change now, too, because I got it in a pretty good spot. Then we will... then I'm going to go fix the intake, actually, because I got it ready. I'm going to have to do the old weld on a nut and hope it works trick. I really don't want to have to drill and tap this out. But boy, it is broke off in there very far. If there was any stud at all, it'd be a lot easier, but I'm going to try and weld a washer to it. And then once I have the weld on the stud, I'll put a nut on there and then hopefully back the whole thing out. If I have to, I can drill and tap it, but boy, I don't want to very badly. Whenever you're drilling and tapping on aluminum and the bolt is steel, it can just get wonky on you real fast and you can make one hell of a mess. But I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff over here buttoned up first, and then we'll go do that. Then we need to pop the transmission off and start getting everything set up. I got a brand new flex plate, brand new starter, brand new torque converter to put on, so we need to do all that. But let's change the wheel. All right, oil's changed in both of them. I'm not going to put the oil in them yet because I assume I'm going to have them all tilted and weird anyway. But I need to make sure I don't forget that because that would suck. I'm going to wait to put the torque converter on because I think Dad told me to change the input seal on this transmission, but I don't remember. He might have told me something else. So I'm going to wait. It looks okay to me, but also it didn't come out of a truck of his, so I don't know why he would tell me that, but either way, that's fine. We'll talk to him tomorrow. For now, we're going to work on this stupid broken stud, and the way these go, it can take 10 minutes or it can take 3 hours. I'm hoping it's the 10-minute job, but let's find out. Oh, come on, please work. Can't tell if it's turning or just spinning. I think it's turning. Oh yeah, it's turning. Let's go! Oh, it's still hot. Ow, ow, ow. Holy shit, that bolt is long. I said earlier, ow, 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 ow. I said earlier it could be a 10-minute job or a 3-hour job. It was a 5-minute job. Always the best way to do it. Don't ever try and drill them out. Even if I would have kept welding it and it would have, you know, not worked, eventually it'll stick and you'll get it out. That's still better than trying to drill out, especially when it's aluminum. Oh, it just turns into a mess. Sweet, I'm calling it a night. That's a win, baby. I got the transmission all put back together with the new torque converter on. Got the seals changed out. I went ahead and made some brackets for the engine mounts that are going to make it a lot easier to get in and out. I bolted this heavy duty angle iron to the mounts. I'm going to weld these and then I can weld this whole thing in. And then whenever it needs to come out, I just pop these bolts off. Technically, in a perfect world, these should bolt to your frame, but they're just a little bit off and the bolts kind of go in funky. This is going to be 10 times easier. Oh, I don't want it. Oh, shit! I thought my arm was getting hot. Should probably take care of that. Oh, shit. Ow, 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 ow. Fun fact. If you have old rags covered in transmission fluid, they can catch fire. Woo! My arm was getting hot, and I was like, oh, that's odd. All right, let's go fix that. Oh,
This is fine.
motor is in, level, looking good, plenty of clearance everywhere. I made sure this time I put the headers on before I welded any of my mounts. I made that mistake with the LS. Got it in there, kind of like loosely put the headers up there, and I was like, oh, that's close enough. threw them back on the ground, and then welded shit. And I realized we ended up having to do all kinds of cutting on them to make them fit. So these ones, I wanted to make sure 100% everything was in. Now, they are too wide to put them on the engine and then try and get it in. I had to get the engine in there, then kind of snake them up in there, but I do have clearance everywhere, so we should be good to go. The only thing I'm worried about is getting my distributor in, because right now it's too tall to go down. You know, it's a giant HEI distributor, and they're not the easiest to get in anyway. But since we are going to be changing this intake, I'm hoping I can kind of put it all in there at once. If not, we might have to cut some shit, because this motor cannot come any more forward. There's no way these mounts will work. And I already got a pretty good gap off the back of the firewall anyway, so I think we're just going to have to make it work here. But everything's level, side to side, good to go. I also have the transmission mount sitting on it right now, all bolted up, so it's square all the way back. So I am going to weld in the brackets I made, then hopefully let this engine hoist down and nothing moves, because if it sinks down a little bit, we got issues. But we'll see. Let's weld some shit. All right, moment of truth. Naturally, nope, didn't lose it. Please don't move, you son of a bitch. Yes! Sweet! Hell yeah! It is in! Alright! Sweet. Oh, that makes me happy. I'm gonna pop this intake off now, and hopefully we can get this distributor in. All right, I can get the distributor in, but it's not happy. Everything is just sitting here. Also, I love these new valve covers. These are technically for the CRX, but they do look pretty damn good right there. I have another set. Oh, you fucking bitch. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've caught 2 different things on fire today. Keep fucking with me, air compressor. I'm gonna catch you on fire too, and I will laugh the whole time. Sorry, but okay, well, apologies. It is very late. So I got the distributor in. Everything is just sitting here right now, though. Nothing is bolted down. I don't have any gaskets in. I just wanted to fit stuff up so I can kind of see what needs to happen. We definitely need to make a relief cut or beat the living hell out of it with a sledgehammer right there where I have it marked. Same thing right here. That's a little too close for comfort on the back of that valve cover, so we're going to do that as well. But I am done for the night. I'm very tired. These valve covers actually go to the CRX. I have like a finned, old school fin style coming for this. But I kind of love those. Damn, those look good. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully get this thing all buttoned up and throw some gas in it and see what the hell happens. I am gonna be ecstatic when this damn thing starts. But yeah, we'll be back, baby.
The next day.
So we left here yesterday with me saying what needs cut for relief, and I think I can get away without cutting it. I might just have to beat the living hell out of it with a hammer. The only problem is when you get to hitting a firewall with a hammer, you can shatter a windshield pretty easy. Let me tell you how I know. But I do not want to do that, so I'm probably gonna massage it a little bit, and if I feel like the cowl or the firewall is shaking too much, I'm probably just going to get in there and start cutting some stuff out for relief. But we should be able to get it going. Also, I broke the distributor cap whenever I was playing with it, getting it in and out of there. The good news is I have another brand new distributor around here somewhere because it was the one that was on the CRX. It's either here or at my other shop. I'm not sure. As I'm saying that, I'm looking and I'm not seeing it, but it's got to be around here somewhere, or the old man stole it. He does that. I do have some bad news. I got in here and I knew my drive shaft was going to be a different length because the 4L60, or no, it was actually a 4L80 transmission that we had behind the LS. They are really long compared to a turbo 350. So I know that this drive shaft wasn't going to be long enough. Well, sure enough, it's the wrong yoke. I could have swore that they shared the same yoke, but that's actually usually a 700R transmission, not a Turbo 350. So we're going to have to order a yoke and make the drive shaft longer. I do not know if I'm going to be able to pull that off in this video, because that is waiting on parts, and usually waiting on parts when you're at a deadline is not good. But at the very least, I want to get this thing running and driving. We still need to get the radiator in here. We still need to put all this on. None of this has gaskets, so we got to get all that buttoned up. But the first thing before we do any of that, we got to make sure we can get our distributor cap on. So let's probably cut some shit or hit some shit with a hammer, or both, most likely. Okay, got the firewall cut. I got the intake put in. I realized I don't have valve cover gaskets. I don't have the right starter bolts. I have a brand new starter I was going to put on. I don't have the right starter bolts for it. They're not even close. Also, I don't have the hoses. I thought I had a set ordered. Can't find them anywhere. The only ones I can find are straight, which doesn't do me any good. So I'm kind of screwed for right now. I was going to start putting everything else together, but I'm going to make Dad help me whenever I put the distributor in. That way I know I can get the top dead center. I could do it myself. It's just a lot easier with two people. Also, I still need to put the torque converter bolts on, and it's hard to put one in, turn everything over, crawl back under there, put one in. It's easier just to, you be under there, have somebody turn it over, I'll get those on. So I definitely am going to have to get some parts tomorrow before I can fire it up, which is a pain in the ass. Also, I was like, okay, well, that's fine. We'll get parts tomorrow. I'll throw the gas tank on. I can't find the right gas tank bolts because I had to cut the old ones off of the old one, and I thought I just had some long bolts that would work. None of these are even close, so that sucks. So I was like, well, what the hell can we do? Got the shifter hooked up. Now that is a 4L60 shifter, and I was like, well, it should be close. It wasn't close at all. I had to modify brackets. I had to do all kinds of stuff. Basically spent the whole night getting the damn shifter hooked up. If I would have bought the right one, it would have just took a, half hour, but I wanted to reuse this. This is like a $500 shifter, and I really didn't want to have to buy another one, but now, bada bing. We have our shifter in, so that's good. But I'm kind of handcuffed for the rest of tonight until I get some parts. So that's what we're going to do tomorrow. If I can't get the gas tank in, at the very least, I want to get like a hanging tank. I have one that we used on the Model A just to feed gas to the carburetor so that hopefully tomorrow we can fire the old girl up. But yeah, I'm done for tonight. That sucks. I hate waiting on parts. It's the worst.
The next day.
Great news. Parts store had every single thing I needed. Starter bolts, valve cover gasket. I got a new oil pressure gauge because I want to double check that. This motor has sat for 15 years since the last time it was started. I don't even remember it running, but Dad does. He remembers when we put it together when I was like 18 or something. And he said it was in his 36 Chevy at one point. I didn't remember that at all, but if he says that, either way, it was every bit of 15 years ago. So I definitely want to have an oil pressure running on it. Also, we have an oil pressure pump that you basically put where the distributor goes, and you'll prime the motor before you start it, which is really good for a motor that's been sitting. So we're going to do all of that. I got every single thing that I needed, but already I know I'm going to be missing a couple. The old man's coming down to help me. We're both going to jam on this thing and hope to get it running. Like I said, I haven't heard it fire up in a very long time. He hasn't either, so we're both a little bit anxious about it. I do have some bad news. I called the drive shaft shop. They're like 7 to 10 days out on getting me the drive shaft back. So whenever my yoke comes in later today, I'm going to probably run that down there, but it's going to need to be 4 inches longer now, and I already know since he's going to have to make it from scratch, it's going to be a while before I get that back. So there's no chance I'm going to be driving it, but I still want to hear this damn thing run, because like I said, we're both very nervous about it. The old man is on his way now. Let's get to work. All right, so We should be good, right?
Yeah, it should start right up.
Should start right up, he says. Oh, I need to go in there. Open that.
Yeah.
We gotta put this damn thing on the ground.
Okay, that's plenty.
Ooh. Look at your distributor walking. Oh shit. Need a gas.
That and this,
Yeah, definitely need to get a longer cable.
well, no, it is, you make a mount or something here.
Yeah, the radiator could support it. Alright, hold on, let me give her a little squeeze. And then I'm gonna give it a little bit of how you doing, okay? I need more gas on this end.
Yeah, that's where it needs it.
Yeah, you didn't say that.
Okay, that's plenty.
Wait. Let me do that. Okay, now go. What?
Oh, hey! This wire's got to be hooked up.
You hold on. Wait. Let me here.
Make this a little wider.
Yeah, no shit.
A little nub right there, just a little bit.
I don't even know why you would try that.
Just a little bit.
What fucking God, you're an idiot. Hold on, wait. Stop pulling it. Why are you pulling it?
Because you're doing it. Wrap it around the stud thing.
Yeah. No shit. God.
Cut your hand again?
First off, dickhead, I cut my hand because of you.
Don't. We probably got one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, try it. No. Okay, now give it a little bit. Give it a little how you thought it. Okay.
Well.
Okay there, buddy.
It's ready.
Okay.
So,
Get some gas.
get some gas. She's ready. That needs to be pointing about as far that way as it goes, right?
No.
No?
About right there.
Should we lock that down?
You should get it a little tighter so it's not wiggling around.
Okay.
Because it's definitely walking.
It runs! It runs! I got the Timu video all done finally.
Shoot her down the little hole there. Okay. Alright, ready? Yep.
Why'd you say ooh?
Yeah, sound good.
Wait. Look, you're sparking right there. You don't have a good ground.
Where?
I just saw that bolt spark.
This one here?
Yep. 100%. Do it again. Just turn it over.
Well, here's.
Yep. A little bit on the side. It's not tight enough.
Okay, so this needs to be, since this is aluminum,
Yeah.
this is cast,
Yeah.
need to probably have this
Down on the side.
tied to this.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Let's do that. Is that a half inch?
Yep.
That would help.
Yeah, I don't know if that's your problem, but it definitely. I can actually see the gap in between it now too. I need to tighten that. Did you put that bracket back on?
Yeah.
Oh, you need to tighten it then. Because I didn't put that bracket on.
Well, there you go.
Well, that's why
What
it's
you're trying to
fucked up
say.
in the first place.
What you're trying to say is.
It's so hot. I did not know that Missouri was the closest object to the sun. No.
I have no idea what you're talking about, son.
Look at your shirt. That's what I'm talking about. Look at my fucking Jesus. Now it's definitely grounded no matter what.
We definitely got some groundage.
We got groundage.
A little bit of gas.
Well, how you doing?
Time is off.
Yeah, that's what I said. Don't forget you're gonna push it.
That's right.
Yep.
Give her a little go juice.
I think it just needs gas.
It does. It just needs gas. Okay.
A lot of go juice every time.
Yeah. I moved it.
Oh, it was good where it was.
Yeah, let's just put gas in.
Yeah. Hold on, wait.
Don't have any gas laying around here, do you?
Turn it over again. Okay.
What was
Has a
that?
little bit of delay in it, but you got pressure.
How much?
It jumped to 50, or it jumped to 30, and then you killed it. You want to
Yeah.
turn it over a bunch and watch it?
No.
Okay. We need gas, and then I think it'll be fine. And it looks like it got way worse when you went back with that, so if anything, I need to come this way.
Just a little.
Yeah, just come
And do not.
I'm not running it very long. We're gonna blow this.
Do we have this on recording that we're
I'm
running it very
blowing
long?
this fucker to the sky. You can run them, honestly, I've read online without a radiator, you can run it for 15 to 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna run it. We're just gonna give it a little pop, pop, pop.
Goodbye, little buddy.
All right, me and Dad got it running off of starter fluid, but it would just kind of barely turn over. I think it's still a little bit out of time. But these carburetors, they just don't love starting fluid. You really need to have gas going in it. So I have a little temporary tank that I'm gonna hang off of the hood and just run it straight in here. And hopefully we can give this baby some gas and something is gonna happen. I mean, something's gonna happen either way, but hopefully something good happens. So let's do that. Also, I got my new yoke. I'm gonna throw that in there and then top off the transmission, because right now it only has like a quart or so in it. I filled up the torque converter full of oil, but there's really none in the transmission yet. So we definitely need to have some in there before we actually fire this thing up for real. So let's do that as well. All right. We got gas. Still don't think the timing's right, but we'll see. Timing's definitely not right. Come this way a little bit, baby. Ooh, just a scooch. Why is that doing that? What the fuck was that noise? What the fuck was that noise? Oh, shit. Oh! I don't have any transmission lines in. We are definitely not going to run this very long. I think I just shot out. Oh, yes. 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 Yay! All right, well. That's kind of dumb, but let's run her a little bit longer. I want to hear it run a little bit longer than that. This carb is not great. I probably shouldn't run it any longer than that because we do not have radiator fluid in it. Oh my God, it sounded so good. Oh, that sounds 10 times better than the LS ever sounded. All right, one more, just real quick though. Yes! I know what's wrong. This throttle linkage is broke. It's completely fucked up. It needs to be the other way than it is right now. Like I think oh yeah, there's a spring not hooked up. Because this should be over here, and then you give it gas like that. But that's okay, it's an old carb. I got a brand new one coming. Oh! Yes! I am ecstatic, you have no idea. I'm so happy. Not only does it just look great, also having a built 327 and 57 Chevy is like a dream. I mean, I'm so happy, but legitimately 15 years, this motor hasn't ran. There's no reason it shouldn't have ran, but just sitting around. I think Dad's moved 2 or 3 times. It was out at our farm for a while, just sitting. A lot of shit can go wrong when a motor is sitting that long. He said he turned it over a couple times, but when I first went to turn it over, whenever I had to line up the torque converter bolts, it didn't want to turn over easy, and I started getting a little bit nervous. So the fact that it runs sounds absolutely amazing. It sounds as great as it should be, but anybody that's ever built an engine, it's not great when they sit for a very, very long time. I'm also really happy he came down and got the oil system all primed before we fired it up. I think that could have been a real bad deal if we didn't do that. So thank God he came down, helped me. We got it all knocked out. Sounds so good. Now, problems. One, we have to get a drive shaft, obviously. All of that transmission fluid is not just from the power steering lines or from the transmission lines. There is also, I think it's where the gear drive goes to the tach or to the speedometer. That isn't in that transmission. I don't know if I broke it whenever I was moving it over because it was full of transmission fluid before, but I don't have it. I can't find it everywhere. I looked, so I need to order a new one of those because it's just leaking out as quick as it goes in, and then the little bit that was left, we went ahead and pumped that all out while I had it fired up. So that was dumb. I also need a couple different fittings for the fuel line. I have a new fuel pump coming. They sent me the wrong one. Shit like that. But hopefully the next week or two we'll be able to button everything else out on this car, fire it up, and take it for its first real drive. Now, it's obviously been driven since it had the LS, but it didn't work out very good. Had nothing but issues. Now I know if anything goes wrong, we have any problems, this one is very easy for me to work on because I'm an idiot, and small block Chevys, I wouldn't say they're idiot proof, but they're definitely easier to work on for someone like me. So, could not be happier. God damn it, that looks good. I currently have a giveaway going on right now for my 1966 Mustang that is on a BMW chassis. If you want in on that, go to Caseyscustoms.com. You'll find all your details there on the website. Also, if you want to go pick up some of the coolest merchandise on the planet, go to Caseyscustoms.com. Please hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. Helps the channel grow more than you would imagine. Thank you very much for watching. Please like, share, comment, all the good shit they tell you at the end of videos, and check out some of my other videos. Peace. I love you.